Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our continued playthrough of the fabulous game by Flying Frog Productions called Fortune and Glory. It's definitely one of my favorites. And I need to make, it's not really a correction. I forgot to do something at the end of the last video, which was replace this artifact because this one is gone from the board. Now I'm not going to go through much of an explanation. I'm going to assume that you've been watching this. If you haven't, we're now 5 episodes in, so I recommend going back and watching from the beginning. But we do have to replace the artifact that we put out, so we're going to start by drawing an adventure. And we're going to get right into it. I mean, I'm not going to wait around. Why would I wait around? First, though, I would like to thank you all for watching, subscribing, and your positive comments. There's a lot of negativity going on in our little space in board gaming, and I just want this to remain a safe space. So I'm not going to dwell on that, but I don't care what your beliefs are. I don't care where you come from or what you're doing. If you want to come here and enjoy me goofing around with board games, that's what this is about. Please do that. We're going to keep, of course, any political, religious, personal comments to ourselves, but we can talk about everything gaming, and that's what I want to do while we're here. And of course, if we do get into any kind of serious discussion, it needs to be respectful. So let's first draw this adventure and see where we go. We're going to go to, we got something of the Lost Souls. So we're going to put that down. That's going to be with this marker right here. So we're going to get rid of the adventure cards. We're going to get out the artifact cards. I should have done this at the end of the last turn, but I didn't. I apologize. Okay, the Orb of Lost Souls. It's not a very, very powerful artifact. It's only worth 3, and it requires 4 adventures, so it might be worth more. It might be more trouble than it's worth. 4 adventures isn't bad, but we got ones that are worth 4 for 3 adventures, and one's 5 with 3 adventures. But of course, one of the nastiest of the villains is there, Angelica Hamilton. Okay, what we're going to do next is we're going to determine where that artifact, the Orb of Lost Souls, has gone to on the board. Here is our location deck. We're going to give it a quick cut. Hopefully it goes somewhere other than the eastern part of the world. Well, no. Different, yes, but still on the eastern side of the board, so it's going to go in New Zealand. You can barely make out New Zealand on the board right there, so we're going to just squeeze that over here to New Zealand, and that is where we'll have to go to get the Orb of the Lost Souls. So not only is it not in a great place, but it's not a great artifact. So I don't know, that one might die on the vine. We'll see. We'll see. Next, though, we're going to take our turns. We're going to start by rolling some initiative dice. So we're going to start with Jake Zane here. We'll give him a green die this time. A 2, he's probably not going first. Angel, a 4, she's looking pretty good for going first. And then Grant, a 6. So Grant is going to go first. And now, for the first time in this adventure, Grant and Angel are going to split up. Grant and Angel were in the Devil's Reach, the very tip of Latin America, trying to grab the Mask of Osiris. We have done that, and Grant is going to take that and an temple artifact he got off a ship that stole it, and he's going to try and take those back to a major city to get them into a museum and collect the reward. So we're going to do that. Now, next thing that happens is we're going to roll some movement. I always make the movement die the other color. So Jake's going to roll white. He's got a 6 movement. That's good because well, it doesn't really matter. He's not that far from where he needs to be. Though we might skirt around the villains and go to an easier artifact. We have in Japan we have the Jar of Hades. It's not the easiest artifact though. I do think we're going to we might just go to the Amulet of the Golden Mummy and try and capture that, even though the Inquisitor is there. Okay, so let's see. Angel, we're going to roll her movement die. 1, she's not going very far. Man, she can't even get to the city, but she does get an event card, so we're going to draw that. What do we get? Play on any hero to give them +2 cunning or +2 lore for a test round. That is fantastic. Man, she's just going to have to start traveling toward Rio de Janeiro. That is a really bad roll for her. And then last but not least, we got Grant. What does Grant get? A 5. Good, because he's the one with the artifacts, and we want to get him someplace into a major city. And I think we can actually get in there with a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, we can. We can get him to Hong Kong, and he can get close to the area he needs to be in. All right, well, let's get started, because we're going to go into our movement phase, and we are going to start with Grant. He is here in the Devil's Reach. So it only costs 1 for him to move in. So we got 1 to move there, the Pacific. Oh, wait. I don't know if he can make it. 1, 2, yeah, 3, 4, 5. He can't actually do it. So we're going to get in there. 2 to get to the Pacific crossing where he'll continue over. So far he's used 2 movement, 3 movement to come over here. 4, 5. Oh, he didn't quite make it, but he certainly is close. Could I have done that smarter? Let me see. No, that's really about the best option we have. Trying to see if we could get to a major city, because we need to be in a major city, which is one of these ones. Like, you can tell the difference in them. Like, I'm trying to see if he could get to a major city faster. He would be farther away from artifacts, but I don't want him to lose the artifacts. We may retrace that. Let's take a look. So up here we have Los Angeles. Now I think what we might do this turn is go 1, 2, 3 into Los Angeles, where he's now in a major city, and he can sell both those artifacts. I'm going to assume that the temple artifact that we stole off the ship does not give him an extra fortune. It doesn't say it does, just says he gets 3 fortune for turning it in. It's part of the expansion. So let's do that. So we got there. You know what else is interesting is we haven't pulled the temple out of the deck yet. It's really crazy. It's the first time that's happened to me so far. We're going to have a City of Venture there, but not yet. We got to finish movement. So next up, we're going to have Angel Espinoza. She's right here. We got to get her to a city because she has to heal and spend some stuff. So unfortunately, she's just going to move into the deep Amazon jungle there. Oh, I'm losing stuff falling over. Here's a box. Okay, anyway, unfortunate glory box for that matter. She's just going to move there for 1, and that's going to be it for her. And then we got Jake. He's got a movement of 6, but he doesn't have to go very far. So Jake is up in Artifact City. We have right there, A is the Amulet of the Golden Mummy. Only requires 3. You know what? We might do that because we're going to have to sneak past the Inquisitor, which is going to be hard, which means we may have to fight him. But he's only got a combat of 3, and Jake is a fighter. I'd rather definitely do that than take on Angela Hamilton, who also has a terrible ability in adventures where she makes them all deadly. We don't want to deal with that. And she's got 2 extra wounds now, so she's tougher than before. I think that's what we're going to do. If we manage to sneak by him, that's great. We only need 3 successes. I think that's the right move for Jake there. I think that's it. Okay, let's do that. We're going to just move him 1 to right here where he's going to start an adventure to try and capture the Amulet of the Golden Mummy before the evil Inquisitor from the Crimson Hand does. We'll see if he succeeds. All right, well, that is going to end our movement phase. So now we're going to go into the adventure phase. What happens in the adventure phase? Starting with the first player. That'll be Grant. It says going clockwise. Okay, so I guess it'll go Grant, Jake, Angel. I usually just go in their initiative order. We'll stick with that. Each hero within a city space or adventure space they're in, we can have an adventure. So we're going to start with Grant. Grant did make it all the way up to Los Angeles. So what's the first thing we have to do? We have to draw a city adventure card. Okay, here's Grant up in Los Angeles. Let's see. Okay, well, we cut it and got a flipped up card. Let's see what we get. Secret weapon. Play at any time to allow a hero to immediately look at the top 3 gear or event cards and choose one to take. Why would I not play this right now? I mean, we need gear and stuff, right? So I can look at the top gear or event cards. We're going to look at gear. We don't have a lot of gear right now. We're going to get the gear deck out and have some fun with that. Just for reference, before we draw these gear cards, I wanted to point out that this is a secret card, which means if you were playing with other players, competitively or cooperatively, you would not share that information. But that's okay, because we're playing with just me, and I can't erase that from my brain. And we're going to use it anyway right off the bat. So we'll just do a quick shuffle of the gear deck. And we'll draw some cards. All right, there we go. We'll cut it once. Let's see what we get. We get to, let me see, draw the top 3 cards of the event deck, choose one to take, and discard the others. This could be really helpful for us. Let's see. And this is going to be Grant, by the way. So we got A cigar that gives us +1 wounds. That's not bad. A machete. Roll an extra die and choose the highest when trying to find adventures in the deep jungle. That's probably the one we're going to get. Lucky lighter. Activate. Reroll any single die you just rolled. Those are all quite good. This one also has fire, but I think this one does the most for us because, you know, getting through deep jungles easier is a lot better. So I think we're going to take that. He's a fighter anyway, so now he's got a revolver and a machete. He's quite the machine. We discard these other two. Now we have an item discard pile. I'm going to put that to the side so I don't forget it. Maybe I'll put the item discard pile right up there, gear pile, because we also have a card that allows us to take a gear, which I think we might play on somebody else's turn and give us one of the other items. Where is that? Play on yourself. Play on a hero, gives cunning. Here it is. Play immediately. Take any ally or gear card from the discard pile. I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit because I want to see if we can get some allies for Grant. Okay, I think we can just grab an ally while we're in the city, but first things first, now that we've managed to do this card, this is important, we are going to sell our artifacts. All right, so Grant has this temple artifact that he got. It's not a traditional temple artifact. It just gives him 3 fortune, and I think we're just going to leave it at that. I don't think he gets 4 because he's in a major city with that. I think it's just 3. I'm going to give it that, but we also get, this is the whopper here, we get to turn in the Mask of Osiris, which is not only worth 5, but because of the Osiris adventure, and because it required 6 to get to, this artifact is worth 2 fortune. When discarded, shuffle this back into the artifact deck. So that is really cool. So that's going to go back. But what it's going to do is give us a total of 7 plus 1, 8 fortune. So 5, 6, 7, and 8 fortune. We'll just take 2 of those. We'll take all. Let's just turn that in. 4, 5. There's 5. So right now, look at this. We just went from a whopping, we got 10, 11, plus Jake's 5. We're at halfway to our goal already. That is amazing. Of course, the mask, it went into a museum, gets discarded, but this adventure goes back into the deck. It might come out again. We'll see. I'm going to shuffle it in right now. So that was really, really good for Grant, but he's still got stuff to do. I think what we're going to do with him is we're going to buy an ally. Hopefully we get a sidekick ally. Like all city adventure things, it's going to cost him 5 glory to do that. So we'll just take that glory and set it aside. We're going to get out the allies deck, and we're going to see what kind of ally he gets. All right, guys, here we have the ally deck out. We're just going to give it a quick cut. See what ally we get. Hopefully it's a sidekick. Is it ally tech? Loyalty 2. Well, he's not. I don't think this is not a sidekick. Sidekicks would tell you that. But we did find a mechanic. It adds +2 adventure dice during any tech test and gives us another combat. So he's got a mechanic that hangs out with him now. His machete and his revolver. He wants to get this though. Get a sidekick ally. I'm going to see if I can find one in the deck and just show you what... there, like here's one. Really tough characters. Allison is a sidekick. She has +1 wound for the character, but also gives a +3 lore, and it says limit 1 sidekick. So that's an example of a sidekick right there. We did not get one. We just got a mechanic. We're going to keep trying, though, because we want to get a sidekick for him. Now that we've done all that, do we... wait, you know what? I think we're going to play a card on him as well before we do that last bit there, which is, where is it? Yeah, here we go. Local trouble. Play in a city space, in a city space during the adventure phase to gain 3 glory. We're going to play that because I want him to actually have 3 glory. Anyway. Let's play that, and we're going to get 3 more glory for Grant. That's going to give him 4, because he was a little light on the glory, especially after that, and we want to try and get more stuff. He's in LA. He can get a lot of things there. That said, we are done with him, so let's see. We're going to do... Well, we're not done. I think we're going to do this Doc's adventure. Come on. 1 fortune. Can't go wrong there. There is 1 fortune more for... We're getting close to... We're doing really well, actually. This is probably one of the easiest versions of this game I played. Here we are. That puts him at 12 plus Jake's 5. So that got us at 17. We are more than halfway to winning, and we got a lot to go. Okay, next up we are going to go with, it was Angel Espinoza. She only moved 1, but her adventure is going to be pretty simple. She just needs to not roll a 1, and she didn't, but she also did not get an event card. So she is in the deep jungle in the Amazon, heading towards the city of Rio de Janeiro and the docks there, where she will take off on another adventure at some point after that. And then we got, of course, Grant up in Los Angeles, so they're still both on the western seaboard. We're going to definitely move them away from there. I can spend a fortune to travel from a city. It might be worth doing to get him over to Japan quickly and try and get that other adventure going. We'll see. Or maybe I'll just fly him to New Zealand. He's be all by himself going after the Orb of Lost Souls. It's only worth 3, but we get a major city, get 4. It might be worth it. We'll see. I'll think about that. Anyway, their adventures have ended. Now we're going up to Jake. He's the one with the adventures. So Jake is up here with the Inquisitor. Now, I did make a mistake with the first time I had an encounter with a villain. You get to do the adventure first, and then if you don't camp down and you want to keep going, then you have to sneak by the enemy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back down the table. I'm going to get the adventure deck out, and I'm going to bring the Inquisitor over because we're going to have to deal with him, and let's get going. Okay, here we are with Jake. We got the adventure deck out. We got the Inquisitor. Remember, they are in Siberia, so we got to remember that that may play a difference. But what are we going to do here? We're going to have a high-speed chase. So the Inquisitor is chasing him as he's trying to go uncover the Amulet of the Golden Mummy. I mean, that's only worth 4, but the other one that's worth 5 is just too tough because of the Angelica Hamilton. Anyway, this is a deadly test, meaning we have to do it in one roll. That's bad for us. It is a danger driving chase. We have no special abilities to accomplish this. We need to make a lore check. No, sorry, an agility check. His agility is 4. That's good news. Can't use this. I was wondering if we could use something. Play to test to reroll. So we do have a reroll if we have to. Is there a gear card I can play just reach on to see if it would help him in this scenario? The lucky lighter, reroll, or +1 wound from the cigar. I don't think so yet. We're gonna just have to take a chance here. We got 4 dice. Oh wait, no, that's flying and tech only. Discard to prevent all wounds. Well, that maybe come up. We might end up in a cliffhanger right away. We'll see. Well, he's got an agility of 4. I wonder how lucky we can get. Come on. Oh, look, he did it. Oh, God, I thought, okay, here we go into a cliffhanger. I can't believe it. He did it. All right, so we actually succeeded in this. Wow, 4 glory right off the bat there. Of course, he hasn't collected it yet, but I'm going to grab the 4 glory out. So many 5s in there. It's hard to get the small ones out. Anyway, there's 4 glory for that one. And we have completed that. That is fantastic. We'll discard that. Now, I have to choose. Do I take the success on the amulet? We got 1 success on the amulet. I'm going to put it over there. Which means we have to sneak by the Inquisitor. Or do we camp down and take this glory? Take our... He's going to... You know what? We have to take a chance. Because he is going to get, the Inquisitor is going to get this if he gets to his turn. If he's got 5 search dice, he only needs 3 successes of a 4, 5, or 6. So I think we're going to have to take a chance. We're going to sneak by the Inquisitor and see what happens. It could mean we end up in a fight with him. Not a good thing for us. Jake is not a fighter like Grant is. Okay, let's see. We're going to pick a number. We have to pick a number. We're going to roll 5 dice. I think we're going to pick a 6. Oh, he did get 1 6. Means we have to succeed in 1 fight round with the Inquisitor before we can continue on with our adventure. Jake has a combat of 4, so that's good. So we'll take the green dice. Will be Jake. There's 4, and the Inquisitor. He doesn't have a wound yet, so he's going to be a 3. We'll roll these and see if we can absorb some of this. Let's see. Come on. What do we get? Oh my gosh. Well, the Inquisitor didn't do very well at all. He got he got no hits, right? So 4, 5, or 6. We got 2 hits on him, and we got 1 hit, which is going to be absorbed by our defense, right? He's got a defense of 1, so we took no hits. He took 2 hits against there. He does defense of 0. So let me get 2 wounds out. We're going to put those on the Inquisitor's card for right now and send that away because we did get past him. We are going to be able to take our next adventure. We didn't sneak past him. We had to encounter him, which we did do. And now we're going to pull another card out. Let's see what we get. Well, he sicked a wild beast on us, apparently. Let's take a look at that. This is a pretty big one, actually. For another 4 glory one. We have to choose a couple of things here. Okay, it says, you have stumbled into the beast's hunting ground. Outrun it, outsmart it, or stand firm. Okay, so we can make a lore check of 5+. Our lore is only 2. We can make an agility set. It says choose 1, so we don't have to do 2. Agility check of 6. That's probably the one we're going to do because we got agility of 4. Cunning of 6. Nope. And combat. It's going to be one of these 2, but that's 2 6s. So I think we're going to do the agility test. Okay. Well, I have a feeling. Gosh, do I have anything that can boost this at all? I can't. Man, guys, I tell you. I wonder if I should get this reroll. Just play that card and be able to get a reroll. I know it seems kind of weak, but I think we're going to do it. I don't think we have to worry about when we play this. It says if I could just reach it, choose an unsold common item. No, play immediately to take any ally or gear card from the discard pile. We're going to do that, and we're going to take the lighter from the discard pile, so we have a reroll. Okay, that's not as bad. And we're going to roll 4 dice, and we need just 1 6 here. 1 6. Come on. Oh, we did it. We got 2 6s. Oh my gosh, I didn't even need to reroll. Well, I had to do it. But we succeeded at this. Wow. Look at that. Actually, 4 glory. That is awesome. And again, I'm going to keep them... We're going to trade some of these in for 5s at some point. But 4 more glory on that one. Put that right there. We succeeded at another test immediately without having to do anything. I mean, we could have kept rolling. Oh, it was only 1, so we wouldn't have been able to keep rolling. But we got 2 of 3. We're almost there, y'all. Almost there on this adventure. Man, that is so cool. Okay, but here comes the Inquisitor again. We got to sneak past him. I think I'm going to stick with my 6. We're going to stick with the 6 on the search. Hopefully he doesn't see us this time around. We don't have to fight him because he has gotten tougher. He's a fanatic. He gains +1 combat for every wound he's taken. So right now he's at a 5. Of course, we have to do 8 wounds to him. He's pretty tough. Of course, we roll a 6 every time, right? That is not good. Okay, it's 5 to 4, so the Inquisitor actually is better than us now. We got 5 dice over 4 in this combat round. We have a defense of 1, but that may or may not help. Oh my gosh, he got 2 hits on us. Okay, we got 1 hit, another hit on him, so he is now at 3 wounds, but we take 1 because we have a defense of 1. So he is now at 3 wounds. We'll get him off the board, 3 of 8, which means he gets tougher and tougher as we go along here. But we are succeeding in battling him, and we took a wound from that. So we're at 1 wound. We're still fine. We have wounds of 5. I think we're going to press on, because if we press on, we get away with this adventure and send the Inquisitor packing. Here's our adventure deck. Let's see what we get. Buried Tomb. Oh, this is going to be a lore check. I don't like that. A danger, puzzle blocked. Nothing that lends to his abilities at all, of course. The ancient tomb lays half buried in the desert sands. You'll have to decipher the markings to open the antechamber doors. Sorry, it's just the print small. It's hard for me to read. It's really teeny. Okay, it's a lore 5 check. Well, we only got a lore of 2, but we do have this card. I guess we're spending our cards. Wow. Play on any hero to give them 2 cunning or 2 lore for 1 test. So we're going to do that for this first test. And that's going to give us an additional 2. So that'll give us 4 lore against this test. We need 1 5. Here we go. Let's see if we can do it, or is this our first cliffhanger? Come on. We need at least 1 5. Then we can roll again. We got a 5, so we have 1 success on this right now. And we get to roll again. Remember, if you succeed, you keep going. This is all about pressing your luck. This whole game is about pressing your luck. And let's see. Come on, come on. Oh, we did it. Oh, gosh, we did it. We actually got the Amulet of the Golden Mummy out from under the thumb of the Inquisitor. We are having such a great game. This game usually does not go this well for me. That is crazy. But that was our 3rd success. So we acquired, we haven't cashed it in yet, but we've acquired the Amulet of the Golden Mummy, worth 4. Wow, that is so cool. And the Inquisitor goes packing. So we're going to send the Inquisitor back home. Since he lost, I don't remember if he lost, if he brings it back, I believe he goes back in a delayed state. However, all those wounds we did to him are going to go away. So we did 3 wounds to him. He's going to go back home and heal up and get all healthy. And I do think, I'll check it between adventures, but I do think he goes in a delayed state when he goes back after losing. I'm going to check before we get there. And then also, we can't forget, I'm going to exchange this out, but Jake made a killing in the fight, or in the adventure. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 glory. 8 glory. Boom, there we go. 8 glory for him. That is awesome. Jake Zane, you stud. Okay, now that's it for the heroes, though. They've done their adventures. Now we're going to go on to the villain phase. So we're going to draw a villain event card. Okay, let's see what we get here. Oh my gosh, I shuffled the heck out of this. We got 2 of these in a row. Do you mind? I'm going to reshuffle that just because, you know, I shuffled it, but sometimes these cards stick together. But I've played this before. I don't know. I'm shuffling. I don't want to give... I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. But besides, this might help them more than it helps me. I guess we're supposed to do forbidden knowledge. All right, we're going to roll a random die to see who gets it. It says this card is played on a random villain. We're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. So now they're both buffed up from these cards. That is just fantastic. So the Inquisitor now has a 10 wounds. That is crazy. Okay, well, we did that. Now we're going to do the step for the Dark Sanctuary, which has been really poor. It hasn't been very effective. Let's see what we get. Finally, not that that's good, but finally one of the acolytes is going out. So let's take a look at that. Okay, on a 4, 5, or 6, place a Crimson Hand acolyte figure on an artifact adventure with the lowest fortune value and no other acolytes. If all artifacts are already okay, boom, that's okay. Now we have a bit of a problem because they're going to help collect these artifacts slowly over time. So we have a choice to make, and I'm not going to make a choice. I'm going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. So an acolyte. Now you don't put these on the board. You put them on the actual adventure card. So this acolyte has gone to the Jar of Hades. So that's where we're at with that one. So he's going to start to collect that. It's not going to... Basically, he gets one automatic success every turn. I'll remind myself of the rules since this is the first one we're putting out. But they're finally starting to pick up steam now that they realize we're closing in on them. We've recovered yet another artifact. It's going to be worth 5 whopping fortune in a major city. We just got to get Jake to a major city. Might send him to Tokyo, and then he can take on that adventure there and go after the jar and stop them from getting it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we are with Angelica. She is unobstructed at the Axe of Atlantis and searching for the artifact there. She's got 4 search dice. On a 1, she's going to take a wound. On a 4, 5, or 6, she will get a success against that adventure. Let's see what she does. Wow. She collected that adventure in 1 roll. Oh, God, that's rough, guys. All right, we're going to collect... Wow, that's so bad because it also has these symbols on it, which are going to make the Crimson Hand tougher, and it gave him 5 more glory. That was bad. That was a bad scenario right there for us. 1 turn. That shows you how quickly things can go. We'll go back to our adventure board, and we'll just put that right there. Now we have to remember that these 2 symbols are up. What do those do for the Crimson Hand? I'm trying to remember. Crimson Hand acolytes. Add an extra success each turn. That's what this symbol does. And then the Ankh symbol says, all rolls on the Crimson Hand tactics chart are +1 to the roll. We haven't had a tactics roll yet. Nothing's happened that would trigger that. So, which is interesting. But that is the symbol there. And then, of course, the Axe of Atlantis is going to give them 5 more. So they're now at 9 against their goal against us. So we might lose anyway. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. But we did get rid of the axe. That is bad. That means we got 2 new things come up. It might be good because one might go to the West Coast finally again, which would be actually helpful to us. That said, the only thing we have left to do is when a villain returns from an adventure where they lost, not knocked out, but just lost, they start in a delayed state. So all that happens with this fellow is he, at the end state, that's it for him, because that was his adventure phase. Next turn, he'll move to ready, and then the next turn, he'll come out. So, man, Angelica, wow, amazing. She comes back, however, into a ready state, meaning next turn, she will go back out on the board. That's rough. All right, well, that's the end of the scenario, except we have to put out 2 more artifacts. We're going to do that right now. Okay, we got the decks we need out. First, we're going to draw an adventure. We're going to give it a quick cut. What do we get? Of power. Oh, got 5 adventures, but no bonus. That's bad. So we're going then to do the same thing with the artifacts. Where's that going to be? What's it going to be? The Heart of Power. Not a temple. We still haven't drawn a temple yet, but we do have the Heart of Power. See, if it was a temple, it'd be right here. 5, but only 4, so that's not fantastic. That is the A artifact, so we're going to then draw a location. We clip that. India, well, we're starting to head westerly, I guess, slowly but surely. So we're going to put this down in India, which is, oops, sorry, wrong one. We're going to put this one down in India. There we go. Okay, and that is that. So we're going to do that again. Now I've already cut it, so I'm not going to bother to cut it twice. We're just going to draw. We're going to draw the Adventure of Shadows. Gain 5 glory when collecting this artifact. When collecting it, that's really powerful. And the artifact is, ooh, the Crown of Shadows. Again, not a temple. But this one's worth quite a bit more because of this. But for Fortune, right there, that is the C token. So where is that one going to go? It is going to go in the Yucatan. Finally, something over on the other side of the board. All right, let's go place that. That is going to be the C token right here. And the Crown of Shadows is right there. So that is a good thing for us. We're going to get rid of all the decks. We're ready to go. That is the end of this episode. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I really hope you're enjoying this playthrough of Fortune and Glory. It's been a wild ride. Next turn, we're going to try and get Angel Espinoza over to Rio de Janeiro so she can cash in on the volume of glory that she has and heal up and get healthy. Grant Jackson has 4 glory still, not enough to do what he wants in Los Angeles, so he's probably going to be heading down to the Yucatan to try and collect the Crown of Shadows. Hopefully he'll have luck. Maybe we'll send both of them together before the villains come to it. Very likely, what's the next highest card? Well, we can send... it might be that we send Angelica over to the Heart of Power. They're both the same value. And then, of course, we got Acolyte on the Jar of Hades. So we have to make some moves. I think we're going to send Jake after the Jar, try and get that done. Maybe not. We got the one in the Heart of Power. It's 5 adventures, so that's pretty hefty for 4 Fortune. We'll see. We'll see. But we're getting closer, y'all. We're getting closer. Jake needs to get to a city too, because he's got stuff to spend. He got money in the form of 5, 6, 8 glory. So hopefully that happens soon. All right, y'all. Thanks so much. Take care. I'll talk to you in the next episode, and I hope you're sincerely enjoying. You know what I did forget? Oh my God, that could have been a game changer, y'all. You know what? I'm going to right the ship here, okay? I'm going to say that we had to get rid of this because of this. Well, here, I'll just roll the 5 dice. In the first fight round with the Inquisitor, Jake would have had to roll 5 more dice in that first fight round. He would have taken a 2nd wound. Okay, so we'll give him another wound on that. That's all that happened. That's the end of that. That's fine. We don't have to get rid of his goggles. I was going to try and take care of this and make sure we honored the card, but we didn't have to do that. So that is actually now the end of it. Sorry for making that mistake. Oh, I didn't show you. I rolled a 6, 1 6. So he took 1 wound right there. That's the end of that. But that makes sure that we took care of that. Sorry, I hope you watched to the end to realize I caught that, but I'll maybe put it in the notes, in the show notes. But the order to kill did take effect there and do an extra wound to Jake. I'm going to say because he rolled, he did take 1 wound. He had 1 defense. I think he didn't take a wound in the first one, but he would have, because it would have been 2 hits, giving him 1 more wound. That's what I think, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's his defense right there. All right. Thanks, y'all. Take care. I'll talk to you in the next episode.